So now it's feature time, and your feature act is a very good friend of mine. She's one of my best friends, actually. And she's so talented. She's so funny. She's lovely. And I'm so glad she's here to perform for you tonight. So let's welcome Ashley Perna. Woo! So let me find you and spotlight you, Ashley. Hang on. There you are. Ta-da!
All right. So I know I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Unlike Pete, I do not work for the Arkells. I just wish I did. Dress for the job you want, right? So I've heard that a lot of people lately have lost faith in humanity. And honestly, I'm a bit surprised. You know, I spent years working in retail and in the service industry. And I gotta say, I lost my faith decades ago. Where have you been? You know, I think it was about the same time I had a customer complain about the fact that her 16-quart stock pot took more than 2 minutes to boil. You know, I had to be like, ma'am, I am barely qualified to sell kitchenware, let alone explain the laws of physics to you. No. I'm a law clerk now, so my job is basically just getting ignored because your aunt's dog walker's chiropractor once watched an episode of Law and Order. And like telling people that you're a comic is not much better because they always want to give you something for your little skits. You know, they'll be like, hey, what do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. You can have that for your little skit. You can have it. That's right. You know, I think I'm going to start doing it back. You know, like, oh, you're an accountant? Okay, let me give you a tip. That little asterisk on your keyboard, that means multiply. You can use that for your little pie pictures. That's yours. So, rather obviously, I'm in therapy. And I'm actually really good at therapy. You know, like I still make terrible choices, but at least now I recognize that they're terrible choices. You know, that's called growth. You know, and if you really want to drill down as to why I need help, let's just say I have a 387-day streak in Duolingo because I really don't want to disappoint a pixelated owl. And that's the most normal thing about me. Therapy is really, really hard work, though. You know, like, even if you do it all, they still refuse to fulfill your praise kink. You know, it's like, thanks for all these healthy coping mechanisms, but sir, where are my gold stars? You know? In retrospect, this might be why my last 3 therapists went on mental health leave. No, I'm kidding. One left the field of psychology altogether. I also have lupus. That's a fancy way of saying that my brain is not the only thing about me that overreacts to everything. My immune system likes to, and I think this is the technical term, freak the fuck out. So to stay healthy, I have to avoid things like the sun and alcohol and spicy food after midnight. I mean, basically, I'm a dorky gremlin with a skin condition. That makes dating super tricky, you know, because one minute you're telling them that you're into choking and foot stuff, and then the next you're mid-coitus dealing with an arthritic hip. That one is actually based on a true story. I literally gave myself permanent nerve damage turning around ever so slightly during reverse cowgirl. Having an autoimmune disease has definitely made the pandemic really tricky to navigate. You know, like between the aches and the pains caused by lupus and the dry cough caused by the weed I smoke to treat my lupus, I am constantly shouting, "It's cannabis, not COVID." Really awkward in the school pickup line. And those COVID tests, lupus means so many COVID tests. You know, those guys, those are just glorified pap smears administered nasally. I miss the days when my cervix was poked more than my brain. Some aspects of the pandemic, though, have been awesome. Like social distancing, absolutely yes, continue to stay 6 feet the hell away from me. Shockingly, I'm terrible at dating. You know, probably because my type is like 8 to 10 red flags in a tight t-shirt.
Me too, girl. Me too.
I'm not saying I have terrible taste. But if I've ever been interested in you, it might be time for you to reevaluate your life choices. You can tell how patient your friends are by how terrible your exes were. Okay? Like, you might think you hate your ex, but no one, and I mean no one, hates them more than your best friend. Okay? You'll be raving about your first date, and Bestie is already buying the breakup tequila. You know? You've nicknamed him the one. You know? Bestie's nicknamed him the horse-faced killer. You know? And then when the breakup happens, she'll be right there beside you, handing you tissues and saying, why are you crying over the Wish version of BoJack Horseman?
Oh.
But opting to be single also sucks, you know, especially when you run out of batteries and your vibrator dies mid-sesh and you gotta go at it all handcrafted style, like you're Amish. It's moments like those that you realize you truly do need someone to remind you to buy batteries. I'm also a mom. My son splits his time between me and his dad. And God, dating as a single parent is super hard. You know, first there's the whole, I don't want to raise someone else's kid bullshit, you know, and to that it's always like, dude, relax. You know, his dad and I have joint custody and I barely let him help. You and your We the North flag for a curtain have nothing to worry about. And then if you can get a date, you got to explain that there is no time for Netflix and chill. I mean, seriously, guys, does anything about me look chill? No. No. We got a Disney Plus and fuck, right? So, like, put on Robin Hood, show me your wood, and let's go. So, my neighbor is a sex worker, which is super cool. But she tries to hide it from her landlord by giving out my buzz code, which is significantly less cool. It sucks, you know, because then I'm all pissed off that Buddy's not my Amazon guy, you know, with my batteries. You know, and he's all pissed off that I'm not his sex worker, you know, with his hand job. Like, it is super awkward because, I mean, I'm used to leaving men horny and disappointed, but usually I'm naked first. And I say men, but it's people of all genders left horny and disappointed. I'm less of a queer woman and more of a pan-rejectional being. You know, part of me does blame online dating. You know, men will get pissed off at you for not responding to their oh so riveting, thought-provoking, conversation-starting hey message within seconds. And women will ghost you for being the wrong astrological sign. You know? And like, The best message I ever got though was I wouldn't kill you to start.
Oh,
Duh.
And I'm not sure if I was supposed to say thank you, call the cops, or start a true crime podcast. Coming out in my late 30s was about as disappointing as sex with a Tinder date. You know the kind where they jackhammer you for like 38 whole seconds before assuming you came and flopping down like the dead fish they're holding in their profile picture. Actually, you know, guys, I shouldn't rag on fish pick guys. We need more fish pick guys. You know, they enjoy the outdoors, they have a hobby, and they have a skill that directly leads to food. This is a much more practical approach to dating than sending a picture of a sad penis. People do ask me what it's like to get nudes from men and women. And let me tell you, the nudes I get from women, practically an art form. Women put serious time and effort into their nudes. There's perfect framing, soft lighting. I mean, really, if you get a consensual nude from a woman, you are blessed. The nudes I get from men are grainy and zoomed in and quite frankly, terribly lit. Like seriously, guys, invest in a ring light. Or if you really want to impress me, send me a picture of your mattress on an actual bed frame. I shouldn't judge. My last Tinder date with a man was so bad that partway through, I Googled if you have to be Catholic to join a nunnery. Turns out, by the way, you do. So even God swiped left. And my last date with a woman ended with me just jackhammering her. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was more of a pressure washing situation. Anyway, I was too much of a Gemini for her, so I had to return the U-Haul. Okay, so for my straight friends, relationships between women move really quick. They move faster than you can say prenup.
Oh.
They move at speeds Superman envies. They move so quickly, they are practically their own unit of measurement, and I still had to return the truck alone. Speaking of nudes, an ex from about a decade ago released mine. I was so pissed. I mean, those were the pictures that I took for him when I was young and sweet and in the best shape of my life. How dare he not tag me in those? I actually did go looking for them because, again, young, hot, want to see. And I was so disappointed. Ugh, I probably should have invested in a ring light. Or like at least bought a bed frame first. Anyway, guys, Robinhood's about to start. My Amazon guy just left my battery at my door, so I gotta go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Simone. This was so much fun. This is my favorite Zoom show ever, and I'm including Deanne Smith's show. Don't tell her. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you so much, Ashley.